Hey guys, before this installment of Twins Talk, just one quick thing. Want to give a shout out to Boomerang Energy, the sponsor for this video. Real good healthy energy is really all I got to say about it. It's not your classic Red Bull monster. It's clean, healthy energy, and it keeps you awake through the day, and it especially helps us getting through these podcasts, and give you guys the best possible content. So go check them out. Boomerangenergy.com. Use code BASSHOLE for 10% at checkout.
Yep, check it out. Welcome to the second edition of Twins Talk. New show we're trying out. I think we did it 2 weeks ago was our first edition, and had a decent fan base watching. I mean, we'd love to see that grow. Hopefully we have a lot of new fans checking in and watching, and yeah, excited to talk about some Twins here.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. It's always interesting starting a new segment show on the internet because it's sometimes really demoralizing. I don't know. I think everyone who's in the business of creating some content knows how tough it is to when you first put out content, not seeing the numbers where you want them, but if you're really passionate about something, then it's eventually going to come. So we're just going to keep grinding, and we're gonna get this thing going for sure. So yeah, I mean, a lot of news about the Twins actually lately. Record currently 6-8, so very underwhelming at first sight. But if you guys have actually been watching them, 6-8 doesn't really tell the story of how they've played, and all of these losses pretty much lead to one spot, and that's the bullpen. You can't win without a bullpen, as we're being shown right now. We didn't spend the big money on the bullpen. We only picked up Colome and Hansel Robles, and yeah, I'd say probably about 5 or 6 of those 8 losses can be attributed to the bullpen. I mean, you at least flip the script to 8-6 with 2, because Colome blew three games in the 9th inning. So I mean, you at least flip the script, which it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone is following the Bass Hole on Twitter, they could see Chris very deliberately was going for Kalamale, whatever his name. What is his name?
Colome.
Kalame. You're going for his neck on the Twitter. And our guy Darren, he did not agree. He said that not all of the losses can be attributed to him, but it has been a weak spot for sure on the Twins. And you really, as you said, we wish we would have spent a little bit more money on them in the offseason, because usually with the Twins, the problem is the starters. And this year, that's not the problem. I mean, we have one of the top starting rotations in the whole MLB. So really, the place that is struggling the most is the relievers, and it's tough to see because everyone else is doing their jobs.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Everyone else is doing their
Exactly, and
jobs.
that's the
Yeah,
most frustrating part.
yeah. We're our connections up a little
This the starting lineup has been we're having bad connection issues right now.
bit. Classic, man. Every time we get to the Twins talk, the connection starts to go out, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the last Twins talk didn't have the best connection.
No, so these people are just gonna think we just have the worst connection possible.
Yeah, I mean, you guys go look at the Timberwolves talk, and usually we have better connection. So maybe it's just bad luck. Bad luck on these videos.
No, it's better now though. So yeah, I think that the relieving that really needs some work, and that's probably the most basic thing a Twins fan could say. But at the moment, I'm a very basic Twins fan. So
And I think while a lot of it can be contributed to the bullpen, it's the offense isn't as great as it was the past 2 years, which is also an issue. You score 3 runs and you have a good bullpen. I mean, you get away with that, but when you don't have a good bullpen, we need this high-powered offense to, at least put up 5 or 6 runs for us. And even when we do that, we still sometimes blow the lead. So it's tough. I'm really proud of the starters this season so far. The starting rotation's been great, man. They've been keeping the runs down to a minimum. Usually we go into at least the 7th or 8th inning with a lead, and then it kind of gets squandered away. But yeah, there's not really much else to say about the losses there. I mean, that's most of these losses, besides the Angels loss, the 10-3 loss can be contributed. Well, I mean, even that can be contributed to the bullpen. We were up by 1, and we gave up, I think 9 unanswered runs. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah, man, it's not time to jump ship, right? We're still how are you doing with connection wise now?
No, not even close. Not even close. Doing good with connection.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of hope in all these fans' hearts that we can still make a run for the World Series here because that's the final goal. And I think that even the MLB is still respecting us. They're still putting us at 6 in the power rankings. So I mean, there's still something there. There's no need to jump ship.
Yeah, I think the 6th spot in the power rankings really shows that, the MLB knows that it's been a lot of just poor outings that should get smoothed over. I think eventually. I think the bullpen will find its stride. It's just there's not a lot. There is 162 games in a season, but when you keep racking up dumb losses, they really do catch up to you at the September point. When you really need a couple of those wins to either win the division or even just make the wild card. Um, but yeah, let's get to some of the injuries. So Donaldson finally came back, which was good. You never like to see a guy on his first at bat hit a double and then strain his calf running to second. It's never a great, or a hamstring. I don't even know what it was. But a cool part of that is if you guys are from around here, you obviously know the St. Paul Saints. Um, we got to see Josh Donaldson suit up in a Saints game, which I think is pretty cool.
Dude, who is there's one famous player that has came from the Saints way back. Can you name that player?
It is JD Drew of the Boston Red Sox.
He drew, man. So that's how I was listening actually to K-Fan this morning. Or no, maybe K-Fan, but the St. Paul Saints in their independent league, they're basically the Yankees. Like they're bringing in like 10 to 12 million dollars a year, and the rest of the teams in that league are bringing in about 2 million. So like they are they were the top of that league. So for us to get them, and now they don't even have to worry about players' salaries or players' housing anymore, none of that. It's just that's a big get, and I don't know why we didn't do that earlier.
Yeah, the Saints are the most marketable AAA or most marketable minor league team in America, which means they're the most popular. Most they sell at a lot of their games. Their brand is worn across the country. So it was awesome getting them for our AAA affiliate this year, and for the years coming, obviously for a couple reasons. Because you can, if you live in Minnesota and just want to watch some of the Twins AAA prospects, or you wanted to go see an MLB player rehabbing like Josh Donaldson, you go buy a $15 ticket to a Saints game
Yeah.
and you get a great experience. It's cool that actually Ron Gardenhire's son is the head coach of that St. Paul Saints team. It's great too, because then if you need a player called up, they're already in the
Yeah,
MSP area.
it just makes a lot more sense. Like it just seems so much more logistically efficient than how it was
Yeah,
going in the past. Where was our AAA team before being in St. Paul?
Rochester, New York.
Oh, I always would get confused when they said Rochester. I always thought they were talking about Rochester, Minnesota.
No, the AAA team was in Rochester, New York, and then our AA team is the Chattanooga something or other. They're from Tennessee, and then our single A affiliate just changed to last year. We're called like the Fort Myers Wahoos or something like that.
We went
There
to
you
their
go,
stadium, didn't
spring
we?
training hat.
Yeah, didn't we go to their stadium,
Yeah,
the Wahoos?
the Wahoos. It's
We
it's cool colors though. They got like the South Beach colors, the light blue and pink.
Yeah,
But
one thing I noticed about that stadium that was cool is they had all like all the Twins players when they all first started playing there, they have all their pictures wearing those uniforms just kind of hanging up in the rafters. I thought that was cool.
yeah, because we used to be the Fort Myers Miracle, and that's what all those all those guys were wearing in the stadium. That's a great place to go. I think we mentioned it last Twins talk, but you got to get down to, I think it's called Hammond Stadium, if
You
I'm not
got to Lee
mistaken.
County, man. Lee County, Florida. Got to
But
get
yeah,
there.
crazy roads though. Crazy. You have to drive like a psycho if you want to get into that stadium for some reason.
Yeah, that's why your dad. That's why we got in because your dad
Um,
was driving.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess the other injury that's freaking some Twins fans out is the Byron Buxton hamstring. We don't even really know what it is. It's a hamstring strain, but he was out the last couple games. I think he was supposed to make his return last night or today, which is Monday. But obviously, we'll get into this in a second. Games were postponed, so hopefully we'll see him tomorrow in the doubleheader versus the Angels on Tuesday. But yeah, games postponed. Get into a little bit about that. So originally there was one player that tested positive for COVID, which was Andrelton Simmons, and that was right after the Twins got all their vaccines. And I'm under the impression he did not receive the vaccine, so he has COVID. It's a tough break, especially when everyone just got vaccinated. You get the one guy who doesn't get vaccinated
So, is that
gets COVID,
confirmed?
and then
Is that
yeah, it spread. It spread.
is it confirmed that he did not get the vaccine? Is that
Confirmed that Simmons.
yeah?
I mean,
Because
I we can look it up, but
it takes a while for the vaccine. It's not like it's like an instant cure. You know what I mean? Like there's a
that
chance.
is true. There's like a 2 week.
Yeah, and yeah. So I don't know. But yeah.
It is confirmed. ESPN was very quick to report he declined the vaccine.
Oh yeah, they like that. That'll get their headlines going. They love anti-vax stuff. Of course,
But yeah,
man.
I mean that sucks that he spread it across the clubhouse. Presumably, if Kyle Garlick got COVID, and then a couple of the bench coaches. So luckily, it seems like a pretty isolated incident. I think they got the results back pretty quick, and usually in the NBA, it's like, oh shoot, our team's not going to be playing a game for 2 weeks. Well, MLB, hey, we're not going to play a game for 2 days and get right back into it and get a doubleheader in. So
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I like that it's not as detrimental to the season. Like obviously it's going to put a little hiccup in the road, but it's definitely not going to completely affect us to the point where we look back at the end of the season and we say, "Oh, if we didn't have that little COVID incident, maybe we'd be looking at a little different seed in the playoffs or something like that." I don't think that that's going to happen. I don't know. This
yeah, I don't think so either. I think it kind of just with 162 games. I mean, it kind of evens out all the mishaps. I think that's usually in with like the NFL. I mean, only 16 games. A team could get lucky and win a few extra games and somehow sneak in the wild card. But with this big of a sample size, with 162, I mean, it's just law of what's there's some math law, right, that says once the greater numbers average. Once you keep growing in numbers, it's more probable that the thing's supposed to happen. So
Yeah, it's kind
most
of
of every single good team usually makes the playoffs in the MLB.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was actually thinking about bringing this up next as the point. Like, we're so used to covering sports like basketball and the NFL, like where a few bad games here and there can really affect your season. But in the MLB, man, like you're right, you're saying it does all even out, like law of averages. Everything will, I don't know if that's a real law or anything, but it will all
It's
average
like the
out.
law of something numbers.
I don't know. We got to get maybe Greg in the comments will can give us the correct answer there, but
Help
I,
us
I
out with
feel
that.
I feel better being a higher ranked MLB team because I know we actually have a chance at like fulfilling our destiny and getting to the playoffs. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, we gotta turn the season around. I think maybe this COVID break might have been good. Maybe take a few days off, regather the thoughts. Throw a couple extra bullpen sessions, maybe, um, and win some games because we should not be 6-8. I know it's like what are we 13 games into the season, 14. It's a a young season so far, but we gotta at some point go on a little win streak for sure.
So yeah, another big talking point in the old ESPN is Byron Buxton looking to make a little run at the Triple Crown. Do you think is that just are they blowing smoke just trying to get a little headline going, or do you think he actually has a chance of that?
I mean, like, I just those articles I just think are for pure entertainment because like you can't even I mean, you could say that about a lot of players. You could say, "Oh, Mike Trout gonna win the Triple Crown this year," except it just doesn't happen often. I mean, Miguel Cabrera is the last guy to win the Triple Crown in I think 2011. The guy before it, I think, was in the 80s. Like the Triple Crown is one of those things that just doesn't happen often. So you can't really say at the beginning of the season that Byron Buxton's going to make a push for the Triple Crown because you're kind of inciting that he's going to at least lead the league in one of those things. And leading the league in average home runs or even RBI is just one of those is incredible as is. And leading it in all three of those is it's tough. It's really tough because it's usually give or take one of those two. You could lead the league in home runs and RBIs, but that doesn't mean you're going to lead the league in average because some leadoff guy is going to hit 340. So it's tough. It's tough.
For me, like I'm just saying, like let's at least get halfway through the season, and if he's at first place, if he's in first, and if he's in the top three in all three of those categories, and it's all pretty close halfway through the season, then sure, maybe you can say that. But like so early in the season, is he even top three in all those categories?
Well, like I just don't know. Like no one has registered enough games yet because what's Byron hitting? Like 500, 526 with 5 home runs and 16 RBIs. Like players will do that weekly, like on a week basis. Like you say, oh, this is the AL player of the week. He hit 530 during this week with 3 home runs. Like that might just be Byron's no, I promise you guys, he is not keeping a he's not keeping an above 350 average. He'll
No.
at most Byron Buxton's hitting like 330, and that would be an MVP season if he hit 330 with his power and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of like has this been brewing up? Like, of course, I guess this is something we mentioned last episode, but if we have some new viewers here, Chris is kind of the big time Twins fan. I'm kind of trying to get back into it. So I haven't really paid attention to the Twins in depth before this season. So if I'm asking some questions that are stupid or if I'm saying some stupid things, just at least give me a break. I'm trying to get into this. So I mean, I never really knew Byron Buxton as this offensive threat. I thought he always struggled offensively. Is that what happened? Is this something that's been coming on the last few seasons, or is this out of nowhere?
You're exactly right. The last two so the ending of the 2019 season, the second half of the season, he hit really well. He hit over 300 in the second half of that season, and then last season he struggled with some injuries and stuff, which kept him off the field, which is a big red flag for him because he gets injured a lot. So he never was able to get into a groove. And then this year, it's all kind of coming together. Like he added 20 pounds in the off season. He's seeing the ball a lot better, and he's he's still got the feel. He's still got the Gold Glove in the outfield and the speed. So I mean, a five-tool player in the MLB is what you want. That's what you want your franchise player to be, is a five-tool player, and that's exactly what he is. He's got to string together with a healthy season, and I'm not saying he's Mike Trout or Mookie Betts or anything, but he's got the potential to become one of those guys. And if he keeps up some of this during the season, he will be one of those guys, and he will be sought after because he has a contract year coming up. And we know the Twins aren't the most, they don't love to throw money around, but I think with Byron, you got to toss him a giant contract.
Yeah, I think I saw Darren kind of talking about that on Twitter. So his contract runs up this next year coming up.
I think it's in 2 years. I want to say
Okay.
it's 2 years, but they'll go into talks, I think, this next season, to try to get an extension done, which would be nice.
Yeah. I just always remember he used to hit ninth, didn't he? Like a couple years ago, he was hitting like really bad. Is that
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate. He was not he was not the best hitter when he came up. And actually it's kind of weird because Kepler was the one on the rise, and now you know, Byron's on the rise and Kepler is having a terrible season so far. So it's weird how baseball works, and it's like Sano too. You know, Sano had a breakout all-star year. I think it was 3 years ago where he hit like 260, hit over 40 home runs, made the all-star team, and now Sano can't buy a hit. Like it's weird how baseball works like that.
Yeah. So I mean, so what's the upcoming schedule? What's this week's schedule looking up, and what are some predictions here on how we're gonna turn this around and how we can? Because I mean, in the MLB, like, so we're 2 games out of 500. If we just take if we sweep this doubleheader coming up, like you were talking about, boom, right after that we're already at 500, and then it's only up from there. Exactly, like that's
Yeah.
how fast this can turn around. This is so close to just turning around, and we can get right back to where we want to be.
So we got the Athletics, the Pirates, and the Indians, and then the Royals coming up. So those are 4 series that I think we should at least win the series in all of them. We don't have to sweep every single team, but if we win each of those 4 series, which needs to happen, we're right back in first place in the AL Central easily. It's whether or not they do it or not. It's whether or not they play like they should and how they play.
Yeah, and that's another thing with baseball, like, you don't have to win every game. Like, there's games here and there, as long as you get out of there with the series win, that's really all that matters. No one is expecting a team to win every single game. Like, that's just unattainable.
Yeah, and then after the Royals too, you got the Rangers and the Tigers. I mean, those are two of the worst teams in the league. So I mean, those are sweepable, winnable series as well. I mean, they gotta do it. They gotta. This is a pretty easy stretch coming up. Besides maybe the Indians, they're always tough pitching wise, but I don't see why we couldn't be in first after this series.
Yeah, man. I'm really hoping so. I like seeing wins. Makes me feel good. Um, have you been
Yeah,
watching?
we plan on having, I guess.
Oh, you go.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
that was a connection error.
Like we said, we were planning on having a longer Timberwolves talk, but obviously the Angels games got canceled, which was kind of sucky, obviously. But I guess going into the last Angels game, we get to see something kind of funny.
Yeah.
You can elaborate on what we saw.
I mean, yeah, so El Tortuga, I don't know his full name. I think Chris can help me out there.
Williams Astudillo.
He's the meme. Everyone loves him, man. He's even the announcers. So he went into pitch. I think was it the 7th inning?
Uh Seventh, or I think it was the eighth.
Okay, and what was they were talking about some rule in that game where if you're like down by 7 runs or something, is there like a rule in a doubleheader where you can like I don't know what they were talking the announcers were saying like if you're down by 7 runs or more, or was I just hearing something stupid?
Well, you can pitch anyone you like. You can pitch a position player whenever you want.
No, I don't. Okay. I thought maybe it was a rule change or something where if you're down by a certain amount of runs, you can call the game early or something like that.
Maybe it's different for a doubleheader or something. I'm not entirely sure how that works.
But yeah, so El Tortuga comes in, throws 7 elite pitches, and gets us out of the jam. Not even throws a no hitter. Perfect game. Like it's
Yeah, I
so
mean
funny.
it's sad because the relievers can't do that.
He had a 30-mile-per-hour difference in pitches. You know, it's like that's elite pitching. He throws faster. He like I don't know, man. Like you got to give him some more outings, I'd say.
I mean, it's like if you're a reliever and you see La Tortuga come in and get 7 pitches and get out of an inning, what are you thinking to yourself? And you've blown like 5 games as relievers.
I mean, it's kind of disrespectful, honestly, at that point. So, can you like, why did we put him in the game? Like, why would a team ever do that?
Well, I mean, at that point we're already down 7 or 8 runs. You know, they were thinking they had games obviously the day after, the both days after. So they're like, why we're not going to waste any bullpen arms. We're already going to lose this game. Let's just bring in a position pitcher, finish out the game, and that's what they did.
Yeah, man. I guess one more thing I kind of want to touch on because, of course, like we've been saying, like we don't know the formula yet for these Twins talks. Like we're used to the Timberwolves talks where we can talk about 2 games, kind of zone in on these 2 games, talk about certain plays that happened. But if we ended up doing these on these Twins talks, it'd get very long. So we're just trying to figure out how to get the formula right. But something I wanted to talk on is extra innings. That's something with the new rule that the Twins have been abysmal at. And I just want to get your take on that. Is that just us, or is this kind of happening around the league? Do people like the new rule, or is it kind of something that is just needs to be taken out after this season? What do you think about that?
So my whole opinion on it is the MLB did it to speed up the games, and they did it so people with low patience levels don't have to watch like a 15 inning game, which I guess is understandable to shift towards the younger audience. You know, they see some runs, see some shorter games. Don't have to use as many bullpen arms, which that's a plus. But I personally hate it because not just because I think we're 0-3 or 4 in extra innings this year, but it's because it always favors the home team. Like the home team is so favored in these extra inning games. Like sure, the away team puts a run in. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, the new rule is there's a runner on second with no outs. Which usually at the MLB level means you score, usually. But it really does favor the home team because say the away team comes up, you know, they have bad luck. They couple line outs and a fly out. The home team's just going to come up and drive that run in right away. And it's just maybe it's just annoying because we always are on the short end of the stick in extra innings. But it seems like because even if the away team gets a hit, you know, the runner comes in, the home team gets the chance to answer and they already have a runner on second. It's just such an advantage for the home team. Whereas, you know, if there was no runners on base, it's just like the normal game. You know, there's no significant advantage to the home team besides matching. So, like for the away team to score, you know, they'd have to put together a good inning and score some runs. But if you're giving the home team a runner on second, I mean, the game's just meant to be won by the home team. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those. That's such a big rule change that people like that swings so many games and decides so many games that wouldn't necessarily be decided. Like I feel like that's like the equivalent to like adding a 4-point line in the NBA in overtime or something. Something
Yeah.
crazy like that. Like that and with a game that's so old and like this game is baseball has been around for centuries so long. And if you're just gonna make a change that big, I feel like I don't know. I don't like it. I think it completely changes the game.
What I think would be better if they really do want to do this, you know, this start with the runner on second. Why not make it like 2 outs runner on second? You have to get that. It'll be that. Then it'd be a quick inning. You just or one. I think 1 out would be the sweet spot. If they're gonna stick with doing the person on second, as much as I don't like it, have 1 out because then you use one of the outs to move the runner over to third. Okay, grounder to second, runner advances to third. You got 2 outs, but at least you have to get a hit to drive him in on that
Yeah,
pitch. Like you have to get a 2 out hit to drive him in. It's not just I can move him over with 1 out. Now he's at third with 1 out, and then I hit a pop
exactly.
fly to center field and he can tag up. And
Thank
there's no
you.
skill in that. There
Thank you.
needs to,
That
I think one out's the perfect thing because then you have to get a 2 out hit to
or put
drive
him
him.
at first, huh? Maybe move him at first. But that might be
Yeah,
but no, that would just be a double play because then I mean,
let the defense have a chance at least. Like let them have to get a hit. I think second with 1 out makes them have to get a hit to drive in the runner.
yeah, because if you're winning the game with 2 outs, because if you get a ground ball and then a sacrifice fly and you win the game off of that, that's not proving anything. That's like,
You should have to get a hit. Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
thank you. Yeah, that's a great point you brought up there. I think, yeah, that kind of sums up. Like I didn't know why I hated it until you said that, because now I really hate it.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly why I think 1 out's probably the sweet spot. Make them get a hit to drive in the runner. Don't just make them ground out and move the runner over and then sacrifice flying and they're in. I mean, MLB players are just too good. They can directionally hit the ball to one side of the field or the other. They're not. They can hit a pop fly if they want to the outfield. It's make them get a hit. I think that's a good rule. So
All right.
ban this dumb rule.
Yeah, I got one more thing here. I'm coming up with these takes out of left field all over the place. But so since I've just started to kind of watch baseball again, kind of noticing some things. One thing I started to notice is these shifts that they're putting on are ridiculous. Like they're putting on these crazy shifts, and I saw Kepler do it. He did a little bunt hit because no one was at the third base area. They were so shifted over. All he did was a little check
Mm-hmm.
swing bunt and got on first base. Do you think that like the shifts like this are ruining the game?
Yeah, this is a question more so like 3 or 4 years ago, but obviously the shifts evolve each year. Like,
Mm,
um, pretty much every single player you see come up to the plate, the defense is going to be shifted one way or another. It might not. You might It might look like the classic positions, but you'll see like, oh, the third baseman's a little bit more back for this guy.
yeah,
Second baseman's playing a little bit towards the bag, but yeah, a lot of the guys you're just going to see a straight shift to the right. You're going to see the second baseman in shallow right field. You're going to see the shortstop hovering to the second base side of second. You're going to see the third baseman at shortstop. If there's a lefty up that pulls, I mean, it works though. I mean, you'll see a lot of guys will hit the ball like usually a hit right up the middle in high school ball is great. Like single right up the middle, that doesn't really happen in the MLB because they're there for that. They're shifted for that. It's analytics, man. I guess yeah. I it's tough to see hits taken away, but I don't know how you'd manage a rule that keeps people in place.
I know. You make a shortstop box, you make a third base box, you make a second base, like you make lines where they have to stay within those lines while when the pitch starts. You have to stay within those lines, and that would make the game more interesting because then you're getting more hits, you're getting more base
What about
runners.
the outfield though?
No, I think that the outfield should be allowed. No, but like I don't know. I think that there is a way where you could limit that, and I think that would make the game more interesting.
Oh,
Connection.
okay, we're good. The connection hasn't been terrible this video. Oh, now it says my internet connection's unstable. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Oh, we can hear you. This is the best we've been able to hear you. But for me, it's kind of like I'm talking to like I have to talk and then wait like 2 seconds and then you hear me and then you talk. It's like a weird connection gap. It gives me anxiety.
Yeah, there's a little pause you have to account for it, definitely. And then it's the worst when you start talking and then the other person starts talking because they think you're not. But
That's why I'm excited.
it's good though. It's been good.
That's why I'm excited to do these in person because then there's nothing to worry about with that. No connection, no editing really, because it's just kind of like we're just right there on the same screen. So that'll be nice. But yeah, dude, I'm excited. I'm excited to keep watching the Twins. Hopefully we can get going here and get over this COVID. And yeah, man, have a good couple weeks of Twins
Yeah,
games here.
I think so. And as a little treat to us to you guys for the COVID games, I think we're gonna do a little Twins quiz right now. Won't take too long, but it'll substitute for the talking about the Angels games. So let me share the screen for you guys quick.
I gotta give you the rights to do that. There you go. Should be good now.
All right. Minnesota Twins trivia right here. Peyton and I are gonna take this together. And what do you think? So, what do you think we should shoot for? What percentage?
Well, how many questions we got?
So we got 10 questions right there. I'm assuming there's probably 10 on the second page.
30 questions?
This might be a 30 question quiz. So
I was,
this might be like 10 minutes actually.
yeah, sorry, you guys can get out of here if you
All
want.
right.
We'll try to zoom.
24.
I bet if we get 14 out of 24, I'll be happy.
13 out of 24. Okay, so we're shooting for about a little bit above 50%.
Yep.
All right. What are the Minnesota Twins named after? Oh, we got this.
Twin Cities.
Ding ding ding. Okay. Who pitched the first Twins no-hitter? I you can I think it's Scott Erickson, but you can change my
No,
answer if you
no,
want.
you get Scott. Do it.
Oh, big X.
Oh, you got to
Do we
keep
get
guessing.
strikes for this?
Dean
You take a
change.
chance. Huh?
Dean change. Ah,
Oh, John Kralik. All right. So that took us 3 tries on that one.
who holds the franchise record?
I only know who Sam Rice is out of all these guys. So
Might as well.
okay,
Sure
that is a loud buzzer noise.
guess that.
Oh,
There you go. Clyde.
called him Deerfoot. Turned 2 triple plays in one game.
I remember this. I don't remember what team it was. Was it the Tigers?
I would go maybe. Okay, not
Red
division
Sox.
opponents.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was no, never mind. I thought it was recent.
Oh, you remember it from the 90s?
Yeah, I remember that.
Which twin? Okay, so we'll just count. We have to get it on our first try. So right now we're 2 for, or wait,
No, we're one. No,
1 for 4.
yeah. This
All
is hard,
right,
man.
1 for 4. We got to pick it up. This is hard.
I don't know any of these
Which
guys.
Twins player played all 9 positions? Oh, it's La Tortuga, isn't it? Oh, is it Shoot, is it Marwin?
I'll go for it,
Oh
man.
gosh,
Oh,
Mr. Versatility.
all right.
All right, 1 for 5.
We
We
really
got to
got
pick it up.
Yeah, we got to pick it up.
Had at least 1 hit in every single game of his MLB career. Oh gosh. You get what you try to get one here.
I'm saying Tony Oliva.
He's not in here.
Oh, I'm on the wrong question. I was reading the wrong one. Um, you gotta go with Goose Goslin.
I was gonna stop you and say he was a pitcher, but I
All
just
right.
let you have that one.
Thanks.
Damn it. 13 game hit streak and a separated shoulder. That's bad luck. All right, I know this one for sure.
There you go.
All right. 2 for what are we?
2 for
Oh
however many
gosh.
questions.
2 for 7.
2 for 7. All right.
Okay, we got. I think I know this one.
All right.
I want to say it's DC because I think we were the Senators.
Nice.
All right, 3 for 8.
Oh, I got this one right here. Joey.
All right, Peyton, give it to us.
Joey Mauer. Happy birthday, Joe Mauer.
All right, 4 for 9.
I think it's his
How
birthday.
many times did Rod Carew steal home? Is it actually?
Yeah. I'm going 5 here.
Oh. 7. Okay, so 4 for 10. Not terrible. Not
That
terrible.
ain't bad.
Which most saves in a single season? I'm
Joe Nathan, for sure.
almost sure it's Joe Nathan. Yeah. 47 saves. Wow.
That's
Rolaids relief, man. All right, what are we? 5 for 11? Okay.
Yep.
Which Twins player also played professional basketball with the Lakers? Oh gosh. I
John
feel like
Roush.
I was gonna say him too. Is it Cotton Nash?
God.
All right, 5 for 12. Oh, easy, Peyton. Easy. You got this one.
2019.
Yes, sir. 6 for 13. Singles, doubles, and triples.
Rod Carew.
I'm gonna say Rod Carew. Yeah, there's just no. Wow.
Sam Rice.
That's kind of incredible. I feel like I should have known that one. Game-winning run of Game 7. Wasn't it Kirby's home run?
I don't know. Could have been.
Who drove in the game? Yeah, I thought it was Kirby. Okay, I guess not.
Dan Gladden.
Chili Davis. Okay, Gene Larkin. Man, okay, this one's kind of hard.
This is impossible.
What year did the Twins move to Minnesota? It's either 61 or 71. I'm gonna go 70.
61.
Dang.
It was 61, yep.
Consecutive Gold Gloves. Torrey Hunter win.
7. I'm going 5, actually.
Wow. Okay, this one is a tough Twins quiz. Who's the first twin to win Rookie of the Year? The only one, it's either Oliva or Carew, I think.
Give it to Crew.
Dang. We're learning a lot though, right?
Dude, these
Learning a
was
lot.
way past my Twins. Like, if it was like Michael Kadire in like that era,
We
then
need to do a 2000s and up quiz
yeah,
because this is extremely tough.
yeah, you guys got to give us a break. We don't know any of
Three
these guys.
triples. Maybe it's Denard. I feel like Denard did something weird like that.
Give it to him.
Man, Tony? No.
Curbs.
No clue who that was. This is brutal. You guys gotta tell us what you get in the comments.
Johan right here.
It's 8 or more scoreless. Nope. Well, we didn't hit our 50% threshold. Jeez. Twins came to the Frank.
Rick Aguilera.
Oh, there's one. Attaboy. Let's try to see if we can get all these.
Yeah.
Which Twins player hit the longest home run at the Metrodome?
Harmon Killebrew, man.
Did Killebrew play in the Metrodome though?
Oh, could be Puckett. You got to go with Puckett.
I don't know if Killebrew played in the Metrodome is the issue because we had a field from like 61 to like the 80s, I thought. And it definitely wasn't these two. It's either Kirby or Harmon.
I'm going Harmon, I think.
Okay, good thing.
Come on now.
Hammer and Harmon. Who's the shortest player? I feel
Stubby
like
Magner. I think that guy's on there as a Stubby.
Yeah, he's a trick. I think it's Chuck Knobloch. He just seems like a short guy.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Stubby could be a nickname. Stubby could be a nickname because he's so short.
Oh, guess not. Five, 3.
He played 19 games, dude.
Wait.
What do you?
Oh, Metropolitan Stadium's the one before the Metrodome. I'm an idiot.
You are an idiot. You were glitched out there.
Oh, that's so stupid.
You were glitched out there while you were doing all that.
Oh, so that's why. Okay, I don't even want to know what you got. It was not good.
No, can you see your final?
I think we might have hit 33%.
All right, that ain't bad.
No, I don't think you can. I think we got 7. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. What? Please don't stop listening to us after watching that Twins trivia challenge.
I don't think in our defense, I don't think anyone would have done very good on that.
No, like give us a 2000s Twins trivia and we might do decent. But I didn't know after
we'll have to do another one.
Yeah, we'll do another one. But
we'll have to do another one.
But hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's hope the Twins have a great little stretch here, and we'll see you guys hopefully next week on yet another Twins talk. So thanks for watching, and you know what? Have a great rest of your day.